for this. Keep going.
Who would I be without my baby? Without on my break, man. I don't wanna go crazy. Wearing clothes needs a lady.
I think Ja Rule just got paid for that one.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, anybody that willingly wants to associate themselves with a pedophile and a child abuser is a
Like you're
putrescent
doing right
human
now.
being. You're a
You're
putrescent.
literally
No, I'm
doing
not
it right
positively
now.
associated.
This is what every loser says.
No,
on
no, no.
the
You're a
internet.
putrescent human being, dude.
Imperious is the child abuser.
If
Exactly, he is. He's a child. I
If
mean,
a
it's all,
person
these are all in
to
court
get some
documents.
clarity-
Anyone can look it up.
hold on a
It's
second.
public record,
Hold
dude. It's
on a
public
second.
record.
No,
It's public record. Anyone can look it up.
If a person who has a YouTube channel is a loser, then what does that make a person who goes on to other people's channels
An abuser
and
of
doesn't have a
pedophiles.
channel
An
themselves?
abuser of pedophiles.
It makes
Wouldn't
him
that
like
make
an
them
uber
more
loser.
of a loser?
Yeah,
An
like a
abuser
meta
of
loser.
pedophiles. See, the difference is
Like a
I don't
loser
have to do it for
square.
Yeah,
attention. I can disappear for weeks on end. I can
Meta
disappear whenever
loser
I want, do
squared.
what I want.
Take
The
your
losers
L,
like you,
take
the
your
losers
L.
like you, Ben and Dennison,
No,
He
have
can't
have to live
take
online
that.
and look for
Listen
the
to him
approval of
smirking,
others.
bro. Listen to
Self
this.
jerking each other
He'll
off in a
never
little
stop.
circle
This will
jerk.
never stop.
Yeah, Dennison, you don't ever stop. Your
He
stupidity.
can just keep
You still
going
can't
like
answer,
that.
Dennison. What's the other choice between self-created and outside creation by a divine force? Tell me, Dennison. You still can't explain it.
Something
And you
always
still can't. You
existing.
keep running away, Dennison. And then you're bitch
Why
ass
don't
just like
you- Why
Dillahunty.
don't you make a
You're a bitch
channel
ass just like Dillahunty.
arguing
If
against
I made fun of you and your boyfriend, will you run away
He's
too?
literally calling it running while people are just
You do,
sitting here
Dennison.
mocking
You
him.
do run, Dennison. You scream and cry like a woman.
And then you're getting
You
turned
scream
down.
and cry like a woman, Dennison. I'm still waiting for you to hear what's the other option other
Now
than
he sounds like
self-created.
this.
What's the other option than self-created or an outside creation? Dennison, what's the other option? I still wait to hear Dennison. You think you know so Dennison thinks he knows so much he's an atheist but cares more about what religious people are believing.
Okay,
If he was a true atheist, he'd think he's worm food, he wouldn't care. If he was a real atheist, he wouldn't think of anything. He'd know he's worm food at the end. He'd believe his own bullshit. Dennison doesn't believe his own bullshit.
I just heard Denizen again.
Yeah, you don't believe your own bullshit. I'm sure you heard that name a lot when your boyfriend's whispering it from behind.
Something about a boyfriend.
All right.
Y'all need to knock it
I'm not
off.
surprised he's
Come
talking
on,
about gay
guys.
shit. So he's ever talks
Denizen, I
about.
don't have to talk about it. You
biggest
live
flag
about
on
it.
all
You
of
be
YouTube.
about it, Denizen.
And then he projects it onto
I
everyone
don't
else.
talk. Hey, Ben Denizen, you
I
be
mean,
about
this
it. It's
dude
fine, dude.
definitely has gay
Hey,
porn
Denizen,
on his
it's okay,
laptop,
dude.
just
I'm still
telling you.
waiting for your
Definitely
atheist pig
100%
argument.
has gay
I'm still
porn on his
Denizen.
laptop.
Denizen, what else is other than self-created or an outside creation? Denizen, I'm waiting. You think you're smart, Denizen?
There's not a doubt in my mind.
But then you fence it on
I
your
think I just
dildo
heard
like
him
a
say
libertarian
Denizen a few more
does.
times.
Go fence it, Denizen. But now you're gonna go cry to the host to mute someone
I think
because you're too
I'd
much of a
rather
pussy to
listen
defend
to
yourself.
Ben
White
Thornton
naked out.
talk.
He's turned
Denizen, are
down
you
way
gonna
too
play
low.
that game now? You want to mute people, Denizen? You want to mute?
Hey,
I
oh,
there's another
John,
Denizen.
I don't want to come up here if someone doesn't talk the way I want to talk. Like a
I would just
pussy.
add that this is a great conversation. I'm fully following the topic, and continue, please.
I know the
And now I'm
topic
turning
is
the
that
audio back
Denizen
down.
is probably a pedophile too, just like his idol Ben Thorpe and Matt Dillahunty. Usually,
Oh,
it
boy.
comes down the road that you see these
Genius
LGBT,
needs a hobby.
LGBT
Needs
they're
Russian
usually
roulette.
pedophiles. They're
Good
usually
wisdom.
pedophiles.
Are you a pedophile, Ben Thornton?
Well,
I
I
love
mean, I
children.
mean, I think Dennison
Love
is too.
children.
He just doesn't want to
In the
admit it to
Greek
himself.
sense,
What kind of a guy
that would
defends a pedophile? Only another pedophile.
I don't know why people on the internet want to seek out or make
Dennison, I
problems
don't know
with
why
people.
you live
I
on
don't
the
know
internet and why
either.
you sleep all
I
day
think
and then
it's
your
'cause
free
they don't
time
have
you're on
any
here.
actual control
Dennison, you
or
don't even have a
like
job.
shit they
You
gotta
live
deal
off
with
the
in their
government
real
handout and
lives.
then bitch about how the government
So
you
the
hate
only
it.
time they feel like they're
You live
alive
off the
or they can
government and then
control
bitch.
anything
You
is when
sound
they
like a
come
dumb
from the
black in
channel.
Section 8. I hate the government, but I'll live
I
off
mean,
it.
this is a demonstration of a complete
Dennison,
and
go
utter
run to
lack of
Matt
control.
Dillahunty. You need better arguments.
I
Maybe he
think
can help you
I heard
out.
him say Dennison like 4 times the whole
It's
time.
okay, Dennison. I'll keep saying your name. I'll keep saying it because it's a humiliating name. It's like saying it's like saying trash. It's like saying white trash. That's a new name for white trash. No, you're just a denizen if you're a
There it
white
is
and you're a
again.
piece of shit. You're just a denizen.
Oh, I heard piece of shit.
Yeah,
that
that's
is
classic
means
favorite.
like
You're just a denizen.
member of.
Just someone that
Did
is
you say
more
that?
emotional about somebody else's belief, even though he's an atheist and he has none of his own. He shouldn't care. He's going to be worm food anyways. But he's so emotionally attached
What I've
to Christians.
wondered though, ever since I've seen
Yeah,
this
yeah.
dude
Go,
on the
Dennison.
internet,
If you're just worm food, why the
is this
fuck do you
with
care
the
what happens?
pills or without the
Dennison,
pills?
I'm still
That's
waiting.
my
Why do you care
curiosity.
about what other people believe so much?
I want to know
If you're going to be
just
worm
'cause
food at the end.
you'll- like
still- I-
sometimes
Dennison, I'm still waiting.
it's fucking
Why,
crazy.
if, Dennison,
Why
if you're
worm
going to be
food?
worm food at the end,
I
Dennison,
just
why
wonder
do you
if
care?
he's had his
Why do you
Adderall
care
or
about
when
what
he
other people
hasn't
do
had
if you're
his
just going to
Adderall.
end up being
You
worm
never
food?
know, right?
Why, Dennison? Because you're scared that you might be
This
wrong.
could be him on drugs.
Why,
You're
Dennison?
worm
Dennison,
food too,
Dennison, I'm not on drugs.
Yes,
You're on. Hey, you're dick
him
drunk,
when he
dude.
hasn't had
Dennison,
his
you're
drug.
dick drunk. It's okay, dude.
Imperious Muffin, you're worm food too. Don't forget that.
My Discord's free. The
Yeah,
link
just
will be
like your
floating
ass
around
for
in
gay
the chat
men.
if you're
Just like
interested.
your ass for
Best
gay
way to
men.
keep in contact
Free.
with me and be up to
You're
date on the
worm
projects
food,
I'm doing.
Imperious. Don't be acting like you're better than anyone else.
I am better than everyone else. I have more. I have more than all of you combined.
Oh, really?
This is
Like
probably
what?
what overt narcissism looks like.
No. The difference is you can be narcissistic when it's reality.
I turned you down, so I didn't hear the difference.
Dennison,
Sorry.
I don't
What
care
do
what
you-
you do. Just like hey, Dennison, it's okay. You run from your own arguments.
He's
It's fine,
still going,
Dennison.
though.
Just like Matt Dillahunty, run out of the room. Just go run,
Im-
Dennison.
What do you have more than I do, Imperious? What?
Imperious, do you have more patience than everybody up here?
No,
When you ask a
course not.
question and
no, I don't.
and
I
then
don't.
you-
I never ask a question I don't know the answer to. You learn that.
is that why you don't give any time for somebody to
Yes,
even
because I'll
address the
tell you what your time is. It's meaningless to me.
He's a
Oh, you're-
mycog.
talking to yourself, right?
I
Because
didn't hear
if
what
you're
you
the
said. I didn't hear what you said. I heard 12th man. You cut you off.
if you're the smartest person in the room and you already know the answer to your question, but you ask it directed at a person anyway, and then you don't give them time to answer, and then you go on and on and on with the answer that you created in your head, you're just talking to yourself, man.
Sir, that's the point. I don't want them to speak. I don't believe in freedom of speech, sir. You're lost.
So
You're not-
if you
you're
don't
not, you're
believe,
not in, sir, you're not in the same cognitive understanding of the world that I am. I don't
if you
believe
don't
in
believe in
freedom.
freedom of speech, why don't you just do all this in your head and spare the rest of
Because
us?
I
Exactly.
want to make it in reality so there is no more freedom of speech.
So you
And if
want
I can
everybody to
propagate-
do
if I can do anything to make
so
that
much
happen,
nobody ever is
if I
going
can
to hear
do
each other.
anything, and
I'm gonna
if
sit
I
and be
can do,
quiet because quiet is idiocracy. So we have to let every moment in our
no,
brain
we
escape.
don't. No, we
Let
don't.
anybody else talk or
For
have a
most of human
conversation.
history, for most,
Because
I don't
we
want
just gotta be the
conversation.
smartest person in the room. That's just gonna keep talking to our
I
own
don't
selves.
want. I don't want conversations. I want owners running things for peasants. I don't
Okay.
care what any of you
You
are saying
don't
because
own
all
this
of you
You don't
have
own
no
this
idea
channel.
how the world works.
You
Just
don't
like
own this
Dennison,
channel.
he sits here and he talks about how he's a successful
You
man, but he
don't
sleeps
own
all
this
day.
channel.
Successful men are up like me at 4 a.m. at the gym and then working for 12 straight hours.
I don't
You guys are
believe
fucking
you.
losers. You're unproductive leeches onto society. You're wastes of human atoms.
Right. We're
Only God
wasting
knows
our
why he allowed you to
time.
be created.
We're wasting our time.
Ben,
But you're
you
not
have very
wasting
little
your
time left.
time.
You'll be in jail soon.
Okay, but if you don't think it's
Yeah,
productive,
but
to
right?
be
Am
on
I
the
correct,
internet,
Ben? You'll be in jail soon. You don't have much time left in freedom. So you worry about
Are
that.
you
The
correct?
successful man's here all day telling us how.
Yeah, because I can afford to. And then, it's funny because then I have people
I
in the
can
chat
afford
when I
to
come
without
back
having
after
a
not being
job.
here a few
It's
days.
not
They go,
making
where
a
were
lot
you?
of sense, bro.
Where were you,
It's not
Imperious? Where
making a
were
lot
you,
of sense.
Imperious?
That's what
Yeah,
I
the
call
difference is,
success.
Dennis, and the difference is I don't sit there and sleep during the day like a
I
loser.
did it my way.
Yeah, your way is being a loser and sucking off other people. Yeah,
So
sure.
you're
Just like Matt
you're
Dillahunty, a loser.
Imperious. You're still a slave. How does it feel?
Sir, if I'm a slave, that's fine. I'll be a slave to Rome for eternity. Like, you actually believe I'm a slave to Christ. Like, you don't own yourself. Your body is not your own. What the fuck are you talking about, 12th man?
Okay, you're a slave to Christ. Christ gave you the gift of speech. Why did he give you the gift of speech?
To make sure that pedophiles, what did he say about pedophiles? Those who would dare harm my children, it would be better if they put a millstone around their neck and thrown into the sea.
Did someone
He also
hurt
said he
your
loved
child
children,
in
stuff for
various?
children to come
No,
on.
no, and he also said, did he also not say that pedophiles who harm children to be thrown into the sea with a millstone
Did
around their
someone
neck?
hurt your kid
Specifically, is that
in
what he said?
various?
It's true. T spells. I think part of why he's so angry too is because I pointed out how he doesn't even know the law.
Denizen,
The
I do, and
guy's
that's funny because
entire
you've never
story
pointed
is
anything out.
bullshit.
Denizen, you can try. Keep trying different angles, Denizen. But you still didn't
I have no
explain.
idea what you're
Hey,
saying.
excuse me, guys. Hey, what's up, Master Kim? I see you in the audience.
Okay, I'll
Have
turn
you
my
had a
audio
chance-
back up now.
Have you had a chance to take a look at that store that I sent you? Just out of curiosity.
Did you send me a story?
No, I'm sorry, Master Kim. That store I sent you, I saw Master Kim in the audience there, so I figured I would ask him the question. I don't know how you guys go back and forth this early in the morning, especially in Pierce. I'm sure he's headed to church. He's probably headed to
John's been drunk, John.
This
That's
is late at
how.
night for me.
I don't think Pierce is drunk though.
John, what did you
No,
think?
he's
What did
on
you make-
something.
John, what did you make of my point? What do you think of my point there?
It was a long point. It's about the women needing more, maturity.
I'm saying, what do you think about the idea of a lot of guys with experience, black and white, but like you know your people better than I do, kind of allying themselves with young women who actually are much more open to an alliance than a lot of older men think, and to get rid of these evil women who have kind of power. And I've noticed this in black society. Angry women run the show. Generally speaking, on the internet, angry women run the show. Not here on this channel, but like angry women run the show in black families.
A lot of mayors, black women,
Yeah.
mayors, like that, yeah.
You get these women, they do these, and men who have this kind of womanly thing. They'll make long speeches. They're totally annoying. And I see on the internet, black guys, they'll go like this as soon as it starts. They'll put their head in their hands because they just find it utterly exhausting. And when I see an exhausted man, I think, well, what's going to wake him up? What would wake him up more than the energy of a young woman who respects him? You see what I'm saying? So I think there's a real kind of like, I don't know how to navigate that. I don't know how to put that into practice, but like there's something there that can undo the evil, and the people undoing the evil will have a lot of fun doing it. Because I think these young women would love to be with someone who cares about them, who has resources, willing to share them, and, you know what I mean, and do that. And I think young black women are like that. I think they're like that.
Well, it's just human nature, isn't it, Ben? Isn't it human nature?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, especially for men and women.
Yeah. And what I'm saying, though, is like nature finds a way, even when something seems impossible.
You're basically just saying we should
Nature
reject
finds-
these social standards and go back to natural shit.
Reject the propaganda.
Tell the third wave feminists to go fuck themselves.
You should get into the manosphere, Ben. You get
They won't
on
let
there,
me in there because they're actually women worshippers.
Well, you have to
And
create-
Yeah, it's kind of feminism.
Well, you probably have to create the space. You see all those guys that talk about, women this, women that.
Well, see, I think a lot of these Zoomer girls are kind of attracted to men who have more resources, more wisdom, but they're also told to be scared of them. And I actually think that there are some crazy guys who will take advantage of that situation, you know what I mean, and just use and dump the girl. But I think actually if the woman was actually respectful, which is tough for young black women to do because they haven't had a lot of experience because their culture is just filled with angry women. I think most men would be really genuinely appreciative, and it wouldn't even necessarily have to be a sexual thing. It could just be kind of like a friendship thing where you just say like, she helps me, and like you're a landlord. If you had a young woman who was helping you in your business, and you treated her with respect, paid her to like clean your places and help you fix them up, and you gave her a cut, but you could trust her that if there was an emergency, she's got your back. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah,
and that like for example, if someone wants to start shit with you because they say you did something wrong with them, she'll testify for you instead of you because the system favors women. You know what I'm saying? So you got this kind of trump card you can play whenever a woman wants to start shit with you. You go, no, I got a younger woman who's gonna like take you out first. You see, I think that is mutually beneficial in getting rid of these hostile. Like, let's say, John, you got a young, beautiful black woman on here who's supportive of men. Then when these hags come in here and want to say, John, you're a blah, 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 you can just go, bitch, get the fuck out of here. You're not giving me viewers. And we've all heard this. There's a million channels that can hear you yell and complain about how you're a victim.
That's not
But I like
really
that
the
young
way John.
I like that young
John
woman because
doesn't
she brings me
operate
the
that way.
views.
Yeah, young women do bring views. That is for sure.
Yeah,
They also imbibe the atmosphere with vitality. You know, they bring
exactly.
energy and life to the panel, or wherever they're doing, they bring life and energy to it.
Exactly. And
Like
I have this kind of theory
I
about
have
humanity.
2 cents. I have 2 cents as well, and that is
Yeah, what you guys say on Draco?
having any female on a panel where it's a bunch of dudes talking about, is white dudes talking about black issues, it's dudes talking about female issues. How about bring in that perspective? Bring in that different generation perspective as well as the gender perspective. So having a guest like that is very important.
Exactly. And young folks, and right, because if it's just a bunch of guys talking about how like it sucks to be a guy because women are blah blah blah, it's kind of just like a circle jerk. And guys, it becomes like a men's support group, which is like, let's just kill ourselves if we're going to do that. So if you're not going to bring some other energy in,
John and Portia should have a ladies' night where it's ladies only, other than John, the host. And
but a lot of
just
times,
have
but a lot of times, I think women are hesitant to go. And John's talked about this before. Women are hesitant to go into these spaces because you got this guy Emperor Imperius.
Yeah, he totally ruined it. Yeah, last night.
And so like harsh that they just aren't comfortable.
It literally happened, Ben. There was a young female on the panel. She was being cool, trying to engage in the conversation. And he just couldn't help but like make it really weird and gross and all about the weirdest ways to like sexualize another person.
Because I think this is true about men. The internet, women have a calming presence generally. If you have a bunch of men and then there's a woman there, they'll generally, the locker room talk will just naturally like ease off and all like the harshness. But the internet doesn't allow for that as much because it's more abstract. So you can keep it amped up and kind of ignore the woman. Whereas if she was actually present, people would stop with the crazy.
I still feel it's weird. I'm waiting for it to ramp down and like people to act like there's a woman here, and it never happens, right? It just it gets worse and worse and spirals. It becomes just more and more of a spurgathon.
Well, I mean, I think there's a young woman right next to me right here. I don't know if she wants to come on, but like you could see if she's happy. She feels comfortable in these spaces, but that's because she's been with her daddy and like she gets, if something's harsh, I get to, tell her like it's all right. But I think it's possible to sort of like, I do think there's a double standard that is right to have with, people who are different than you and also with people who, but that you have to foster it. And you can't just allow anything to happen all the time because that gives you interesting content, but it also is like it just becomes crap at a certain point. Let me hand it off, Grace. You see what you can do. Maybe you could pick up on what I was talking about.
Hello, boys.
Hey, Grace.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing this fine morning, Grace?
I'm doing good. You don't sound like you're going through a rough time with the slurring.
Be nice, Grace. Be nice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm kind of drunk early in the morning, Grace.
Good vibes. So what's
How
up? What
are
are you guys
you
talking
doing?
about? I'm good. Am I scaring them? they all quiet.
Yeah, we're all scared of you, Grace.
No, honestly,
Like the
this has
evil
been.
Grace, not the
I
evil
feel like I kind of
Grace
ruined the
from
vibe.
the
But how?
I was
internet.
talking about.
I thought you were gonna say
Now
something.
they're quite attracted.
Yeah,
to
we thought you were
older
coming up here to
and
say something here.
Oh yeah, well I agree with my dad that like guys my age are sort of like, you know, they're very immature, and I like hanging out with older guys because you feel more like safe around them and like they know what's going on. And I hate middle-aged awful women. So I'm all for getting rid of the hags.
Do you find a tendency to act like a hag sometimes, or no?
Yeah, I mean all women have that evil in them, but mostly when I'm online I feel the impulse to act like a man. Because if you don't act masculine, you tend to get talked over or seen as boring or whatever, which is understandable. But
Right.
Yeah, because you're trying to sell. Not, don't take it the wrong way, but you're trying to sell the meaning behind what you're saying versus the face and the voice that it comes out as. That sternness of this is the point. Not it's not where it's coming from, it's what the substance is that you're trying to get across.
yeah, but it would be more effective if a man had a really good point to make for me to make it as sort of his mouthpiece than just for him. Sometimes, I don't know. I think people like respect like Jordan Peterson or whatever, even though I think he's kooky. But obviously, men have their own, like they can make their points. But
We're in a bit of a
women are not so
catch-22.
good at that stuff.
We're in this situation now. If we criticize women at
Grace.
all or have any good points,
Grace, quit
that's
smoking while
automatically kind
you're
of
young,
misogynist.
please.
So just it coming
Quit
from a
smoking
woman,
while you're
you know,
young,
gives you
please.
like a political leeway. You know what I mean?
You think that women just see like criticisms of women as inherently misogynistic? I don't know.
I think that
Maybe
it's an
sometimes.
excellent. I don't think they do. I think it's just an excellent way to shut down a man who's criticizing you validly.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true. But when you say criticizing women, do you mean like women my age or like older women? Like which were
I mean, it's gonna tend to be older women, right? And I think that's why they kind of band together and created this whole other social construct where
Yes.
men just really aren't allowed to talk or even really have boundaries or standards, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's like the problem of like once you get married to them, then they like sort of control you and they'll allow you to go talk with your friends and stuff sometimes, but if like the good ones will, otherwise, yeah, you're sort of at their mercy.
And women don't have this problem. You have an immunity to it. Now they will start calling you a pick-me and all that, but how much can that really hurt you or stop you, right? It's basically saying, oh, you get along with men. Oh, no.
Yeah, well, there are definitely like there's different types of pick-me's, but I think every woman should be a pick-me. Every woman should want to get picked by a man. So I mean, it can get annoying. Like sometimes pearly things can be annoying, but do any of you guys have daughters or young women in your life?
Only friends of go ahead.
May I ask you a question, Grace? Does a woman expect to be picked eventually? Like
Yeah,
a
most women
flower?
expect to get picked, yeah. To get chosen. Yeah, I think so.
Why do you set it up without the headphones?
Sure.
So I don't have any children, but I have friends.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a wife?
Maybe get a mic.
No, I don't believe in marriage.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to figure out if they have any young women in their lives. So far, they have...
Denizen only agrees with gay marriage.
Couldn't even hear that.
He was just calling me gay again.
Witchy Bishy says us hags have value. Do you? Come on up, hit the link. I don't see Old women have value, but not hags. You don't provide any sexual value. You don't provide any personality value. You don't provide any wisdom value. You're just awful, miserable losers.
See, she likes the front.
I don't
She'll
think
talk
you're
shit
a
like
hag,
this.
Grace.
But in
Grace
her
isn't a
household,
hag.
her man runs everything, and she's subservient to him. And
At least she's not a hag, though.
and she's an excellent mother who homeschools her children. So, like, you know, there's a little bit of fronting going on there, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, she's kidding.
Yeah, and I'm sure, like, she's trying to stick up for women of an older age and of a higher value, but those aren't the women we're talking about. That's the thing,
Right.
you know?
Right.
Okay, I
I
switched.
don't know what to do, guys.
Here's the thing: you got to ask yourself this question: what is the superpower of a woman? The superpower of a woman is that she's able to work with masculine energy and bring life out of that interaction. So that when a woman is disconnected from masculine power, she actually has almost no power. She's a disaster. And yet these people have a lot of power. Like in Black culture, disconnected Black women, they have a lot of power, but that power could be taken away from them by men who are connected with, good energy, and women who are connected with those men. They could just wipe them all out.
By grouping people together, you're taking away individuality, right?
Well, no, because only a retard would say that we can't talk about people as groups, because there are groups of people.
Oh, Chris Reed says, okay, Miss Grace, what is making young women nowadays go with other women? Okay, first of all, that's a fashion trend to be like a bisexual woman. Almost every girl I've met who's my age or about 10 years within the 10-year range says that she's bisexual, or not. Like, most of them aren't lesbian, but they just say like, oh, I like girls, or I'm bisexual. I think that's actually a way to try to make yourself sexy for men, because supposedly men like that. It's like a way to be trendy.
No, you have two types of kind of like we have three types of lesbians. One type is going to say they're bisexual. That just means that they're heterosexual.
Yeah.
But they're playing games.
Sure.
Then
Only a retard has never heard of individual sovereignty. That's what a retard has never heard of.
Then you have
motherfucker.
Then you have ghetto lesbians who had a bad experience. Usually it's like an uncle or something. They had a bad experience, and so they don't want to re-encounter men because their experience of heterosexuality was rough.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot of sympathy for them.
Yeah.
Because they just had a rough experience, usually early in life. That happens in the hood. It happens with white trash, those kind of people. Then you have the man haters. And those are the ones who have locked on to a satanic philosophy that masculinity is their enemy. And they're the ones who are kind of running the show. The ghetto lesbians, nobody cares about. But these are the ones, the Karens are the ones who they think them being angry means like the whole world's got to stop and like assuage their anger. And if people stop saying, because that's the currency of our society, the anger of women, a kind of feminine anger. Like this guy I'm talking about who came from the upstairs, started bitching like a little bitch. If our society stops saying like that, it just starts saying like, I don't care about your anger. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about if it stops paying the bills, then those people, they're done. They have nothing else. They're not funny. They're not charming. They don't do anything. They're not productive.
Not
and
good looking.
So they'll have nothing to go back on. And they're fat they're ugly, they're losers. And if we just stop saying like, oh, I care that you're angry, then it's over. Like this guy, Emperor, whatever, right? He's a bitch. Comes on here yelling. And if we go, I don't care, just get the fuck out of here, it's over. You know, that it rings in your ears for a little bit, but if you don't give a fuck, then it's over. And I'm saying, who cares about him, right? But like, that's the internet. But like, if we just do that in society as a whole,
yeah,
and judges stop listening to angry women, and cops stop listening to angry women, and fathers stop listening to angry women, and daughters stop.
They're all angry women now, though, Ben. That's the problem. They're listening because they resonate.
Yeah, there's
like
a certain
whole society is being run by angry women, and some of them have penises.
That's true. That's true. Yeah,
some of them have monkey pot.
But it's not being run well. It's not being run well.
Fuck no, it's not. No,
because you got drug abuse, you've got everyone on pills, right? And so it just would take a few people to get it right.
Human trafficking and all that shit. It's a nightmare, really.
Human trafficking is bullshit, mostly. What's human trafficking?
What do you mean bullshit? It's bullshit.
What's human trafficking?
It's where you willingly traffic people or children for sex or labor.
So
are you trying to say it doesn't exist?
So if
I'll stab you in the neck right now if you say it doesn't exist.
Yeah, he's gonna take his little YouTube knife right here. He's gonna poke you right there, stab at you, stab in your chest, stab in your chest.
If a man pays for an adult woman to go across state lines to have sex with him, and buys her dinner and has sex with him, that's should be perfectly legal.
Okay.
Yeah, but if a dude kidnaps a bunch of kids and puts them on a boat and then ships them to another country and sells them in China as sex slaves, that's kind of fucked up, right?
Yeah, okay, but you really think that's happening a lot here in America?
Oh yeah,
I don't know, but they say that it happens more in America than anywhere else. I would push back and say it's only because we have more records here than anywhere else, and nobody else counts it.
Let's talk about
it does seem to be happening on some level.
Let's talk about a real situation. P. Diddy, right? I don't know too many details, but he would have parties in which he would hire women and men, and they would perform sex acts, and people would do whatever. Okay, but these are all adults, and I'm not saying that's a great idea, but like, why should it be illegal? I don't understand. If pornography is legal, why is that illegal?
Two consenting adults, I don't think should be illegal.
Yeah, but that's what people are talking about.
I don't know anything about the P. Diddy story, though, unfortunately. Like, literally nothing.
Trafficking charges. But, like, I don't know. How is it different?
Well, Ben Thorpe is okay with human trafficking. We made that pretty clear.
Unfortunately, I can't engage you on the conversation, Ben, because I'm just ignorant. I don't know anything about the case, unfortunately.
But if you look at, for example, Hugh Hefner, okay? Hugh Hefner never was in jail.
Or your buddy Jeffrey Epstein.
He did peddle pussy, that was your
him
point.
Too, huh?
Jeffrey Epstein's an interesting one, too.
I think you're a creep.
Yeah, because you're a bitch. See, you're a bitch. You're
What's Usher at 13 mean?
You're a bitch. That's why you're drunk right now.
Better than a creep.
Because
you think human trafficking is okay? You think human trafficking is okay? You're a scumbag.
I think a lot of what's called human trafficking is not a crime. It shouldn't be a crime.
See?
Human trafficking.
Do you even know what human trafficking is? That means trafficking people against their will, you stupid.
I really don't know anything about the case.
Well, I agree with you. If it's gun to the head type of stuff, sure. But a lot of what's called human trafficking is not gun to the head. It's done by, people giving someone money to come and perform for them in whatever way. And then that's called human trafficking if you're someone that the media doesn't like. But if you're Hugh Hefner and you've spent decades,
we're not talking about you.
So you're basically
Hefner,
saying voluntary
motherfucker.
prostitution shouldn't be labeled as human trafficking.
what were
Sex
these
work.
girls in the Playboy Mansion doing?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right? Was this human trafficking? How isn't it? They had
Without knowing what happened in the
acts.
P. Diddy case, I can agree with you. I could say, like, if a woman's making the choice to engage in sex work, that's not human trafficking, even if there's more than one man involved in the transaction.
Yeah, I don't know. If a woman's acting the hoe when she gets paid to act the hoe, I'm not sure. And if we basically say that's legal, then I don't see where we draw a big line there and say, like, someone's got to go to jail. I don't think any of that stuff is good behavior, but I think it just seems like people are just envious of P. Diddy because he did what they would like to do. And they're just envious that he was able to do it better than them. If
Whether
that's
it's children or overt coercion, I would say that's when it would change it.
Yeah, gun to the head.
Right.
I'm saying gun to the head, absolutely. Same thing
And a
with
gun to the head would include, I stole your passport, or I'm going to kill your parents in your home country, right? That sort of thing.
right, but it doesn't include I'm going to give you $500 for doing
Right,
this.
right,
That
right,
to
right.
me is
Yeah,
like-
I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
And a lot of the Epstein stuff was like that too. If you want to go there, his main thing that he did is he had girls go out and get girls mostly of age, but that's a separate issue.
You're
But
okay
offered
with
them-
kidnapping. I
offered
already
them-
get that, Ben
offered-
Thor.
He said no.
You're okay with kidnapping.
He said
offered
no, he's
them-
not.
offered them $200 to give a rich man a massage. Now, if it's a 17-year-old girl who's approached when she doesn't have any massage experience, here's $200. You can go to this billionaire's house and give him a massage. I think that girl knows what's going on and should say no. And if she says yes, she's not a victim of that going on. And if
You're
in
a
the end,
sick motherfucker.
you're a bitch. Listen to your voice. You're a bitch. You're part of the problem. You got your mama's
Well,
energy, boy.
at least I don't support child trafficking,
Nobody on the panel.
but you obviously do.
A 17-year-old is not a child.
Yes, it is.
No.
Somebody's child, and it's not an
Right, you're
adult.
somebody's child too, and you're making a fucking shame of your parents right now. You're somebody's child,
Fuck
and you are
you.
humiliating your parents by acting like
You're
you're acting.
ridiculous.
You drunk
I bet-
fucking loser.
I bet you don't even know how to read a tape measure. You're such a loser.
Interesting flex, bro. I'm a loser. Even when you're saying that, you sound like a complete fucking drunk loser who should go to bed or
Good.
die. And no one cares what you have.
Oh, now you want me to die? Because
I don't
you're a
want you to
child-
die. I'd like you
you-
to stop the
Because
drinking.
you're a
Stop
child
acting like a
trafficking,
slob. Stop being a
child
bitch.
abusing piece of shit. Now I gotta die? No, I think you need to die.
You're doing a good job of killing yourself. I'm sure your liver is on its way out.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it is good.
Now,
It is good. Good
now
Reddit.
someone's gonna catch
No one
you
will miss you.
fucking somebody's little girl, and they're gonna put a bullet in your head. Then we'll see who lives longer.
Yeah, we'll see who lives longer. It's gonna be me. You'll be dead.
You're gonna be fucking somebody's little girl, and someone's gonna walk up and put a bullet in your head. That's gonna be it.
Yep,
I'll-
evidence for the shit you're saying right now, because it's pretty serious shit to say in public. I know it's become commonplace lately because everybody's such pieces of fucking shit.
No. Let's say this guy's got a daughter, right? And obviously she's going to have daddy. This guy's 835 years old, but let's just say he's got a daughter or even a granddaughter who's 19 years old.
Why are you talking
All right,
about
let's
people?
Let's say
Why are you
he's
talking
going to have
about?
daddy issues. And
Why
she
are
might be
you
interested-
talking about people's daughters? You sick piece of shit.
And let's
Why
say
is that?
she's
Why
sick
are
of this
you
guy.
talking about
She's
people's
sick of the way his
daughters,
house smells like
hate,
piss,
hate,
his fucking
hate,
drunkenness.
Zoltan.
And she meets me and she says, you know what? This is some energy I've been looking for. And I fuck her, right? You think this fucking piece of shit's going to be able to get out of bed, get himself on 2 feet, and come and get me? No, he's not. He's just going to roll over and talk shit to himself like he's always been doing. And I'm sure that's happened to him before.
You can't even do a jumping jack.
And if he manages to roll out of his bed and open the fucking trailer park door, he'll get absolutely wasted. It won't be me holding the gun, it'll be his granddaughter.
Wait a minute. You're the one who lives in your RV, bitch, not me. I own 20 acres, motherfucker. What you own? Nothing.
Yeah, I'm out here living a life, right? You own 20 acres of pig farm, right? Something like that.
That's what it is.
It ain't Manhattan real estate, right, bro? You own 20 acres, and what happens on those 20 acres? Fucking nothing.
Lots of things happen. While you're too busy
you got
any girls.
Young women there?
You
no. When's the last time a nice piece of ass ever got on them 20 acres?
You're a pedophile, aren't you? You're a fucking pedophile. Imperius had you paid.
In the Greek sense, I love
You're
children.
a pedophile.
I love children. I love making children. I love making babies with beautiful young women. Yeah. So whatever you want to say about that. You just like drinking yourself to oblivion.
Do you like making out with your own daughter? Too? I bet you do.
I like making out with your daughter.
Well, at least he admits
or your granddaughter,
to being a pedophile.
or your granddaughter, whatever it is. How old are you? 953 years old. Have you ever produced any children at all? Because you're an embarrassment to them if you have.
You're an embarrassment.
Do you hear how you said that?
You're a pedophile.
That's called self-trolling, bro. That's
you're a pedophile and you agree with human trafficking. So you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, if a bitch wants to fly across state to come see me and get some, I'll pay the ticket, right? If that's called human trafficking, then I'm down.
Hey, I think you guys should like exchange information and like call each other on the phone and have this.
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like. It's like is there not a topic other than just hating on each other? What the hell?
We were talking about.
I had something I wanted to talk about. This
started talking about how
here.
He's a pedophile or whatever. Started making accusations. We were talking about something else.
That is what happened.
Well, he admitted to being a human.
No, he
trafficker.
didn't. No, he didn't.
You didn't like the way he said what he said, and then you just went on this arrow of I'm gonna hang on that statement and lose sight of the whole topic. You know what I'm saying?
He's drunk off his ass. I mean, yeah, he's not invested in the conversation.
Right.
He's just a bitter old geezer who's like killing himself with alcohol. Who fucking cares what someone like that has to say? He's exactly what I'm talking about. Let's get rid of these losers. Either get your fucking act together, stop drinking, or you're done, dude. And nobody cares if you out there in your trailer, whatever. Take your 20 acres and shove it up your fucking ass. We're going to take it from you. I'm going to get your daughter and your granddaughter to outwit you. Get you to sign something off that you're going to be on the side of the road like losers like you belong. Begging for crumbs and nobody gives a fuck.
Isn't it? You living on the road off YouTube donos and shit. You're a fucking loser.
Good morning.
Drunk.
Oh, he didn't want to be here yet.
Oh, come on. This stream must have ended.
Oh, yeah. We only got 15 more minutes, so wrap this shit up, man.
What's up, HB?
12, man. Salute. Hit the fucking like button.
Salute, my brother.
Dennis.
Hey, 12th man. Hey, 12th man, you've been on this earth for what, 8, 9, 10 decades? Why are you smoking weed? Why are you smoking weed, bro? Why are you smoking weed?
I'm a salty motherfucker.
I smoke
You
weed.
don't want to fuck with me.
Why are you smoking weed? Why? I just want to know why are
I
you?
smoke weed because it makes me feel good.
Cause I'm retired and I can, motherfucker.
Okay, but why smoke weed instead of not smoking weed and doing things that make sense?
Hey, shout out to
Like
John
what?
Gold. I'll see you guys on the
Human
next.
trafficking.
All right, see you later, Track. Track, if you stick around, there's going to be a new stream in 15 minutes right here on the same channel.
Yeah, I saw the message. I think I'm gonna head over there now.
All right, peace.
Is there another stream now?
It's not going, but it'll be live and whatever when this one is over. I think, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
in
thank
about
God.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Because it's it hit the 12-hour mark is why.
Hammered at 82. That's true. Blood orange. Yikes.
Did he say he was 82?
No.
No,
I think
yeah.
the chat's just assuming.
Yeah, it's a fair assessment. I was just curious if if I missed that, if he actually said it.
A guy like that comes on the internet because otherwise there's nothing to do, no one talking to him. And
Yeah, but you still don't have to seek negative attention, and he always seems to.
well, he's bitter.
What does he have to talk
He's a
about?
bitch. He's retired, which means he's getting this is what I think what the Zoomers can say. This is a guy who does nothing to contribute to society. He probably hasn't for decades. Yet he believes he has a right to draw on the resources of the rest of us. I don't see how he does. And I think it's time that the younger folks say, let's get rid of these people, take their houses, take their acres, take their property, take their check, and leave them on the side of the road, like unless they're going to make a contribution. If they just want to drink themselves to death, we can help them to an early grave.
Yeah.
You've been on
That
this
or
earth for
boomers doing
82
nothing.
years, let's say, and that's all you have is bitterness and anti-sociality. Fuck out of here. We'll get you out of here real quick.
You know, I mean, there's a logic to that. Earlier, he was basically doing the same thing to me that he was doing to
So
you.
you admit you're a commie tyrannous douchebag.
I don't
You wanna
even mind the
blow
insult so
people
much as
out
like
in the street.
when like it gets to where you can
Why don't
actually
you
have a good
go-
conversation with someone who's smart
why
enough to
don't
have
you
any
go
conversation.
try to throw
And
me
you're just
out
about
in
to
the
get
street?
there, and then it's like, oh
You
man, I
little
was just
faggot.
there,
Like
you know.
everyone in his family
I'll
and
put a
community.
bullet in your ass, motherfucker. You try to take my land, bitch.
I'm sure you would
I'll
put a
put
bullet
a
in someone's
hole in
ass.
your head.
And I'll
I
tell
mean,
you where I would
Piltman,
put a
in
bullet
all
right
honesty,
in
though,
your
brother,
stupid fucking 2 brain cells that remain, and it would be
I
over.
appreciate the peace treaties that we just recently signed, and I don't want to violate it. But I mean, you're gonna how good of a shot are you in your current condition, my friend?
I have 30 rounds. I don't need to be a good shot.
You'd be dead.
Well,
before
you're
you
not
reach
the only
for the
one,
pistol,
but
bro.
you know.
You'd be dead before you reach for the pistol. Believe me.
Yeah, whatever. I bet you had never
My
even
point.
picked
These
up
kind of
an
weak.
axe
This
in
is
your
this kind of
life.
weak fucking asshole.
Yeah, you
Right?
don't even
He's
know
easy
what
to
a
get rid
mall
of. He's
is,
easy to get
dude.
rid of.
You know what a mall
He has
is?
no appeal. No appeal whatsoever. Bitter
Yeah,
old
yeah,
fuck.
and like
I
you
still
Dude
are
should stop
laying
drinking
there
and
like
do
a
It's
something
little
to
tragic,
provide
though.
a contribution.
Because
little
I think about
faggot
how
on the
little I have
ground.
to offer, and yet I'm happy and I can get positive attention from strangers. It
What are you
doesn't
so
take
bitter
You
about?
much.
ain't gonna get away
What are you
with
so bitter
talking
about?
shit
Hey,
about
bitch.
me,
Hey, bitch. What are you so bitter about?
motherfucker.
What are you so angry about?
Little faggot.
I
Why
mean,
are you
here's
so
a.
angry?
It is a valid question, 12th man. I'll try it more respectfully since you're not attacking me right now the way you're attacking Ben. But what is it that you're so angry about? What is what's
Nothing.
going on, man? Can we talk about it or?
Nope.
All right.
Let's talk about your mommy and your daddy.
I
What
heard,
happened? Did your
I
daddy
heard you
disappoint
were
you?
a human
Did your daddy
trafficker.
disappoint you? Did your
You're
daddy
a human
disappoint you?
trafficker
Did your daddy
and child
disappoint you?
molester, right?
Were you raised?
You believe in
Were you
fucking
raised?
underage girls?
Were you
You
only
little
your?
faggot? Is that right?
You have a weird.
Were
I
you
have a
raised by your
special,
father?
It's
Were you
always the
raised by your
gay stuff,
I have
father?
a
man.
special. I have a special task force for that.
Yeah, you got a whole army over there, nigga. You got like what, 12 mice and cats running around your house? That's your task force? Were you raised by your
No.
daddy? I want to know, were you raised by your daddy? That's not a controversial thing. Were you raised by your father?
Did you even have a daddy? Maybe that's your problem.
Everyone has a daddy, moron. That's something you learn real young. Apparently you didn't learn
Did he
that.
make you suck his dick?
Wow.
No.
That
Can I ask you about your father? Were you raised by your father?
Yeah, Vietnam veteran, motherfucker.
Okay, so
Loud
your
and
parents
proud.
okay, good. So your parents stayed together. Is that right? Is that right?
I'm not subject to your questions, cunt.
I'm trying to ask. I'm trying to figure out where things went wrong. So he was a Vietnam veteran.
What thing went wrong with you?
I'll be happy to talk about. You want to talk about our families? My
Not
parents
really.
got divorced when I was about 8
I
years
think
old.
you're a retard, so I don't give a fuck.
Okay, but I'm just asking you. So my parents got divorced when I was about 8 years old. And what about you? Your parents? Your dad went to.
See, you start on a sob story right away.
Wait a second. Your
I
dad's
know
a
people
Vietnam
like
veteran?
you.
Your dad's a Vietnam veteran?
That's what he said.
Yeah, bro. Like
Did I
alcohol ages.
stutter,
Wait a
motherfucker?
second. Your dad's a Vietnam veteran. That means he was in the army somewhere between 68 and 73.
What
Active
makes
duty.
you assume his branch?
Yeah, this guy's like 52.
Well, whatever. He was in the military. You're like 52 years old?
Yeah. He's like
What
way
the
younger.
fuck,
Yeah.
dude?
Yeah, he's your age.
You sound like you're 88 years
He
old
does
minimum.
sound like that, yeah.
Oh,
God
good.
damn.
Hey,
Bro is a sovereign
hey,
citizen.
Grace.
Yeah.
Grace, do you think I sound that old, Grace?
Yeah, I thought
I'm
you were
obliged to give you
old
my
as fuck.
details.
You
I thought
sound
you were an
old.
old man.
I never heard an older sounded nigga ever in my life.
What? Why do you say the N-word? What gives you the right to use the N-word?
What gives
Being
you the
alive.
right to use any word?
White privilege, maybe?
Yeah, let me get some of that.
This nigga's in his 50s?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was
God
like, really?
damn.
Yeah.
Man, you are a fucking burnout, bro. What the fuck?
You really do sound like a grandpa.
I was
drunk
assuming you're
grandpa.
like 93 and barely
I'll
alive.
take that as a compliment coming from you, Grace. Thank you.
Well, how would that be a compliment?
Well, like I sound like your grandpa, right?
No,
That's
not
a
like my grandpa.
compliment.
It's like a drunk grandpa.
You sound old as hell.
That's why it was nice.
I
of
am
you.
old as
You're like
hell.
an old man.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
You're his age.
All right, so your daddy served in Vietnam. Okay, so he was a military man. And did he talk to you about Vietnam? Because I have an uncle who served in Vietnam.
You have a whole book about it right here.
Okay, so what did he make of Vietnam? Was it a bad experience for him or a good one?
Pretty bad.
All right, because a lot of guys served in Vietnam. Most guys who served in Vietnam came out of it, and they were generally more successful than their peers. Which doesn't mean I think that the Vietnam War didn't have problems, but there were people who came out of it and claimed, like this ruined their life. Your daddy is one of them, right?
No.
No?
Well,
Was he proud to serve?
yeah, he served. He served, but it didn't ruin his life.
Didn't
He
ruin his
went
life?
on to be. He went on to become a high-tech engineer in Georgia.
Oh, okay. So your dad was a successful man. Did he drink?
Occasionally.
Occasionally, but he wasn't an alcoholic.
Right.
Was he a good father?
Yeah.
So he was a good father. Did you have any siblings?
None of your business.
Okay, I'm just asking. You tell me about your daddy, but you won't. Well,
I'm gonna tell you my life story, Ben Thorpe. You faggot ass human trafficker.
Would your daddy have talked like that?
Sound like he said you were a semen trafficker because of all the slurring.
Denizen,
That's
fuck
funny,
you, man.
So then what? So then you had a good dad. I assume. Did he stay with your mother?
Did you stay with yours? Obviously.
Did I stay with my mother?
Someone said you was fucking your daughter.
People say a lot of shit, but I'm asking you: did your parents stay together?
Of course.
Well, a lot of folks.
Matter of fact, they're going on their 75th. Isn't that the golden anniversary? Pretty soon they're gonna have a
75th
golden
anniversary? No.
Yeah.
So when they get married? When they were 1 year old?
They can't possibly have been married.
Your parents
for
have been married
years.
for 75 years. Is that what you're telling me?
They're working on it, but they already celebrated their goal, which is more than I can say for you.
Okay, so you had a good upbringing. Sounds like you have no complaints about your dad. Raised you well. Your mom was there for you. She was nurturing. He was masculine.
She still is.
Okay, so then they raised you well, and then what? What happened? Did you get married?
I just went to the mountains like Grizzly Adams. I got the fuck out.
Why?
Don't want to deal with society anymore, really.
Okay. So what happened in
Because of
society? If
people
you had
like
you had a good mom, a good dad. You were raised in society by good parents. What made you decide I got to run off and go to the mountains?
Just good Louis L'Amour books and stuff like that.
So how'd you do with the ladies in high school and in your teenage years in the early 20s?
Did real good.
Okay, so you got the bitches. So why didn't you marry one of them and have kids like your parents did?
Didn't want to.
But why not? That's what a man does. You instead said, I hate all people, and I'm going to go run off into the woods like a
Why
fag.
can't I just do my own thing? Why do you have a problem with me just doing my own thing, Ben?
What is it about society that made you say, like, I don't want to be around people?
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. We got to end this live. We're at 11:59. So I'm going to end this live, but we got the next live set up. So you guys just come over there.
All right, HP. Are you hosting?
Yeah.
Are you hosting?
I'm gonna start it up.
Peace.
Make sure you guys pull up. Pull up, guys. Pull up.
I'll be
You know I gotta holler at my brother HB.
No, that's a fact. That's a Fendi fact. Make sure y'all hit the like button. We out of here, y'all. We out of here.